Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Wanted to jump on here again today, try to stay consistent, and get on here and talk about. Um, Want to get on here and talk about promises made, right? But where are the results at, right? And that's something that I really wanted to jump on here and talk about. But I hope everybody's doing well today. A little bit, the weather a little bit more chilly today than it has been lately, but yeah, under the title "Promises Made, but Where Are the Results?" And that's what I wanted to have a conversation about today. Um, but man, happy Monday to everybody. And hope y'all check the shirt out. The shirt said "Accountability enhances excellence." Accountability enhances excellence, right? Wanted to just make sure we talk about that, but just want to get on with it today. And I walked outside this morning, went to work, and it was pretty chilly, so it was an adjustment. But all is well on my end. I hope all is well on your end. And just wanted to share and get on here and share information and raise awareness. But the topic that I'm talking about today is really, like I said, promises made, but where are the results? And the reason why I'm doing it, the reason why I'm asking, is because there's a lot of promises being made, especially back home. And I'm targeting, when I say targeting, that means I'm specifically talking about Perry County and within the Black Belt. Why? Because Perry County is where I was born and raised. That's where I grew up at. I was born in Demopolis, lived in Fonsdale until I was 2, moved to Uniontown, stayed in Uniontown until I was 10, 11. Then we moved to Sawyerville, right? But that's home. That's home for me. 36786. That's that Uniontown zip code. That's home for me, and I really care about it. And not only that I care about it, I wanted to continue to raise awareness about some things that's been going on, and a lot of the straight up blatant lies that have been put out to the community. And what I want to do with this is the goal is to show people, to really show people the patterns, because there are patterns with this and everything. If you sit back and you watch certain things, you'll see patterns. And why am I talking about it? Because when you start to see the patterns, you'll be able to recognize things and you'll be able to see things for what they are. And you can be able to better come to a conclusion on things, on the tactics and how certain people have done certain things in our community over the years to mislead and to deceive the community, right? We're in an area in the Black Belt where we're already in a rural area, right? So small country, which no shame there, I love it, right? But there's not a lot of things to drive revenue, and when you have that, it is very imperative that we be very, very very apparent that we do the things we need to do to take advantage of or to maximize our resources. And one of those things that we need to do is be honest, right? Be honest and be transparent, and not do promises, that we don't follow through with. Not do promises that we don't follow through with. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was there were some promises that was made, and the promises that were made by Chairman Turner to the people of Perry County, and it's the same thing that's been used over and over again. And I wanted to show that to the people, so the people can see. And so once the people see it, you'll be able to you'll be able to understand it and see it for yourself. I'm communicating with my mom right now, but you'll be able to see it for yourself, and then once you see it for yourself, it will make it you'll see things just for what it is. And I'm going to get right into it, right? Uh, one of the things that I wanted to show is I made a post this morning, right? And the post this morning is basically the same thing as this. It says this. The post this morning, let me take this shed off. The post this morning said, promises made, but where are the results, right? Promises made, but where are the results? Now, for people to understand, I want people to see it, right? And I want people to see, when people see it, it makes things easier, right? So, one of the things, when you say promises made, but where are the results? Like on my post, I said on November 11, 2021, Perry County Commissioner Albert Fitzgerald Turner posted on his Facebook page under the title, Promises Made, Promises Kept. Now, in this, you will see that he was talking about District 5 in Perry County and District 5 in Perry County and work being done on County Road 53 and 65. And he said they will be paved by 2021, right? Today's work begun on the first Perry County Rebuild Alabama Road program, right? Chairman Turner toured the road project on Wednesday, November the 10th, 21, and was pleased with the progress on the road work. He said ST Bond of Tuscaloosa will complete the final wearing surface of asphalt and stripping in the days to come. Right? Some promises that were made for County Road 53 and 65. Right? Now, he also used this to attack then he didn't like Ben Eaton or Cedric Hudson on the commission, so he used his platform to throw shots at them. And it said the County Road 53 and 65 project has been promised by many who have sought and won District 5 commissioner seat. However, it was not until the Turner's administration took office that the project was done. Now, the question that I want to ask with that is, this entire time Albert Turner was on the commission, right? Why does this? I want people to understand it. Why does it have to change guards for something to happen for the constituents in the county? Why does it have to be a certain individual? Why couldn't that other people gotten support to have that done before? I just want people to sit down and look at that. You got a 5-member commission, and you have that same old going. And it's always, I'm going to paint the picture like nothing happened until I made it happen, right? And that was in November 2021, right? Let's fast forward to November 2024, 3 years later, Perry County Commission. Now, I want people to understand this. In 2024, there were two, Commissioner Barbara Howes and Commissioner Carlton Lewis were voted into in District 4 and District 5 onto the county commission. So this is a promise that Alabama made, right? I mean, not Alabama, but Albert made. And he said on November 24th, 2024, Albert Fitzgerald Turner posted on his Facebook page under the title, Commissioner Howes and Lewis act quickly on campaign promise. Now, I want y'all to see this now. Just 3 years ago, he said that the road was beginning worked on County Road 53. Now, he said Commissioner Howes, who sit on the Rules Committee, let it be known that infrastructure is her top priority. As she assembled to address her first committee meeting, she mentioned to change the county road plan and the order of priority. County Road 53, which travels through the heart of District 5, will be listed as priority 1. The completion of County Road 53 was cornerstone, C-O-R-N-O-R, not E-R, cornerstone of the Lewis campaign, right? Now, I just want to think about it. I want everybody to think about it. I'm going to show you how the same thing happened before when I talked about Cedar Bluff Road. How you make promises that you're going to do stuff and you recycle it over and over and over again and throw it every time around the election time, but you never see any action. Now, let's look at this real quick. If I scroll back up here, he just said, would be paid, 53 and 65 would be paid by 2021. So I go, 1,000 days later, he come back and said County Road 53 would be a priority one. And then watch this, some more empty promises, right? Some more empty promises. Next will be County Road 12 or Hamburg Road from 83 to Highway 5. The Hamburg Road is in need of major repair after just 3 years, right? Now, let's get some more empty promises. The two roads mentioned, MEMTION, not MENTION, above are not the only roads that will make the list. County Road 6, 38, and 24, as well as south end of Reynolds Church Road, will also take a leap under the new administration plan. Now, my question with this, and I'm going to go up here and I'm going to read this, right? He said, as she assembled to address the first committee meeting, she mentioned to change the county roads plan in order of priority. Now, my question with that is, have anybody seen Perry County road plan? Where's that plan? Matter of fact, let me go to the internet, right? Let me go to Perry County website. I'm going to the Perry County website. Perry County website, right? Let's go. Let's see if they have the actual plan in here. Let me go back here because I'm gonna copy it off of here, directly off of here, so y'all can see. She said county road plan. I'm gonna go search this. I'm gonna search this over here and search on the Perry County. I'm gonna paste that. I'm gonna just do road plan, not county road plan. I'm gonna do road plan and see what pop up. Make a plan, industrial access critical, Perry County Safe Streets and Road, SS4A, that was a grant, that's a safety action plan, but there's no, let me go, let me keep looking. Highway Department, to learn more about this process, storm shelters, commissioner meetings, storm shelters. I don't see a road plan, Highway Department. They just got for road. Okay. Let me click on this one, the Highway Department. This is just a contact information to the Highway Department, which is good information to have. The county engineer, DeAndre Kimbrough. But I don't see a road plan, a county road plan that people can actually go see, and that's going to be like, okay, severe weather tips. Nope. Like I thought, there's nothing mentioned about a county road plan, right? And then this is the other thing, right? How many people, this is a question that I have, right? This is a question that I wanted to raise, and this is why I did it, right? If Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner promised County Road 53 and 65 will be paid by 2021, why did he later promise the same roads will be done 3 years later in 2024? Why? He had already announced that they had the roads completed. They had the ST Ben or some company that was going to repave it. Do people clearly see now of how he just straight lies and recycled the same empty promises to the community? So people can be like, yeah, he showed, some folks like, well, at least he doing something. What? Doing what? What is an empty promise? That's just like me saying I'm going to make you a sandwich and then it's a goddamn wish sandwich. That means I just give you 2 pieces of bread and tell you, well, you got to wish what meat you got. And then I'm going to turn around and tell you, you going to tell somebody, well, he did give us a sandwich. It was a wish sandwich, but it sure was good. We got to stop that, man. We got to stop it and be able to look at it for what it is. This is straight line. This is manipulation. Straight line of manipulation, right? And then I want to show you guys the level of the audacity of Albert, right? Of Albert. And I'm finna show you guys. I'm going down to the comments. Let me go to the comments. View more comments. Y'all check this out. This is under my post. This is under my post right here. As y'all see, Albert Turner came and he commented under my post. And y'all just look at what he said. Only if you live here, you would know about 53 and 65 outside the city limits. But you don't. SM. Let me show y'all what my reply was. The location in which I choose to reside doesn't change the recycle empty promises you continue to lie and mislead the community with. You have yet to provide any tangible proof to show where I have lied yet in numerous posts I've made. What you have done is continue to make a fool of yourself, attempting to make claims that only if you live here, like that is going to stop me from asking questions that you refuse to answer. A good question is, what are you going to do when I once again become a proud resident of Perry County when I retire? What would be your excuse then? What would be your excuse, Albert? What would be your excuse, Albert? You know, and at the same point, you still don't answer the question. You still haven't, right? And then, listen, I'm going to show y'all, like, this is what you call serendipity. This right here is sweet serendipity, right? This is what I mean by sweet serendipity, right? Like I said, and I said it myself. Here you go. I said it myself. I couldn't have said it any better myself. This is from the great Albert Turner, Fitzgerald Turner. We said, when they start attacking your character is when you know you are a threat. Now, this is the funny thing. Now, I want to show y'all this, right? This is what I posted right after that because I screenshot his comment and I shared it and I asked this question, right? And I tagged him in it as well. I said, instead of addressing the contradictions and misleading claims, he said himself with empty promises to fix the road infrastructure in Perry County. Albert Turner only response is to feedback is that only if you live here. The same amount of time and effort he put into attempting to suggest that I don't live here, he could have easily answered one of the 5 questions. Now, watch. I want y'all to see the arrogance and the buffoonery of this guy. You are not a factor in Chairman Turner victory path. And I just want y'all to see my response. I'm talking about your recycle empty promises you continue to make to mislead and lie to the community. And you are talking in third person about me not being a factor in your victory path, right? I'm talking about your long and enduring history of lying and misleading my community for the last 25 years. And instead of addressing it, you're talking about your victory path. You're talking about your victory path, right? And in the words like we say down south, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Now, I just, like, do y'all see that? I just want people to see. Like, instead of answering the questions that was asked, right? If Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner promised County Road 53 and 65 to be paved in 2021, November 2021, while later promised the same roads to get fixed in 2024. Well, the other question is, were these promises to fix the roads real, or were they just said to get attentions and votes? Number 3, has anyone actually done any work on County Road 12 or Hamburg Road from Highway 183 to Highway 5? Like Chairman Albert Fitzgerald Turner said. Number 4, has any work started or been finished on County Road 6, 38, 24, or the south end of Reynolds Church Road, like Albert Fitzgerald Turner promised? And I want people to understand this. All of these promises are done in areas where he wants to try to influence people. And the community, we got to stop falling for that foolishness. These folks, look, a chairman, they be in office for 6 years. 6 years. 6 years. That means that, what, 720, 14, almost 2,200 days they're in office. So you mean tell me they can't get none of that stuff fixed? And they got to make all these promises right before they get out just so you can vote them back in for them to go back doing the same thing? This is why they don't like consistency. This is why when you apply pressure, you have to say, you know what? I am going to apply pressure. And applying pressure, not about the individual, is holding people responsible and accountable to the process and the integrity of doing right by the community. Nobody said nothing about the lies, the years of lies, and the audacity. Like when you lie so much that you think you're telling the truth, you hate when somebody else call you and use your same words out against you, and you don't even respond. You just attack them. You throw little slick comments. You don't live here. Who are you? Private Powell, Sergeant Outsider. You gonna make the chairman make you not want to put some stuff on Facebook you don't want. All of this crazy stuff. Instead of just answering the question about your words and you lying. You lying. Like, I mean, I just want people, man, look, the thing, all of this stuff, when I sit there and I look, it just be like, golly. And I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about all of the people that support this foolishness. That's who I'm talking to right now. All these people that make all of these excuses and support this foolishness. The same old, same old. Support the same old, same old. And it's not like it's hard to see. It has been going on for years. For years. The same lies, no audit. You just throw a whole bunch of fluff out there as a budget, which is a god doggone a disgrace. And then have the audacity to try to say when somebody who actually know what they talking about, then you're going to try to insult their intelligence and say they don't know because they checking you. Telling you, when people said this, you know, I said it after the election. I said it. I said, you know, the new people that got elected will get grace. The incumbent people ain't getting no grace. Ain't getting no grace. You know, little Robert and all this stuff. Bro, you don't know me. You should have Googled me before. Just tell you that right now. You should have Googled me. You should have Googled. You should have asked around. They say, like they say, you should have asked somebody. Because I don't think I'm doing this finding facts and using your words to show how you lie. And just tell people the truth. I want to say this, right? Matter of fact, I saw a post earlier that Mayor Dexter Hinton made about they're doing some work installing some fiber optic cable in Marion. If I want to show everybody, if you go to my page, you search my page, you could do eFootprint. If you search eFootprint, now, yeah. So if you search eFootprint on the 27th of November, I talked about in May 2021, the Governor Kay Ivey sent letters out to inform eFootprint, a company they call eFootprint, that they was awarded a $1.5 million grant, right, to help faster internet. Now y'all see that's May 2021. This is and as you see in March of 2022, Albert made a post about Perry County Broadband Task Force, and he did all of this talk, right? And we got it right here. Later on in August of 2022, he talked about more broadband, more promises, right? In 2023, there was talk about the broadband profile of Perry County. Now, I want people to understand this. This is the thing that came up in Perry County. So 82% of the county units are unserved on the FCCF. So that means that 18% of the households in Perry County have access to high-speed internet. In 2026, 18%. So that means that I want people 18%. 18%. So 82% of the county don't have broadband. Now, this is what I did about the project so everybody can understand. In May of 21, they got the $1.5 million grant. In March of 22, he said the project, Albert said the task force for the project should be done in about 24 months. 24 months of March 2022 is March 2024. August of 2023, all right, only 18% of the homes in Perry County have access. November, when I posted this, there was no update given. Now we just got an update. And everybody can see right here, this is the letter from the office of the governor, Kay Ivey. Watch this. Mr. Slaughter, who is the eFootprint. Y'all see that right there? Out of Pelham, Alabama. I'm pleased to provide you with this letter that certifies that the conditional approval of up to $1.5 million for your Perry County, Alabama Broadband Access Project, which will be funded by the Alabama Broadband Accessibility Funds. Now, today, this week, Dexter made a post saying that it's being done. And I'm not against the post about it being done. I just wanted to show people the timeline associated with it. That funding was awarded in 2021. It's 2026, and we just started seeing results. That's the stuff that I'm talking about. Why wasn't we provided update information even before then? Why? Why do a outsider have to find this information and then publish this information to give clear and easy timelines so people can be informed? Right? That's a question. That's a bare minimum. I ain't getting paid. I'm not an elected official, but I found it necessary to find out where all these funding is coming from. And when you start to look at this, like, okay, all right. But then and this is why I have a problem with it, because when it's presented as if in a way people to celebrate them for something. So I just wanted to, show people receipts. Show people receipts. Not receipts. Receipts. Right? Because it's so important. It is so important. And not only that it is important, but it is necessary for people to see. Because a lot of this stuff, the community don't know. And they intentionally don't want you to know. And the reason why they intentionally don't want you to know is because then it makes it easier for me to be manipulative and lie about stuff. Right? And that's what it does. My whole goal is to empower the community, to inform the community, because an informed community is a very powerful community. An informed community is a very, very powerful community, right? Again, this is no way about bashing nobody. This is not about anything personal. This is all about telling the truth. Telling the truth, right? Telling the truth. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. For somebody to say you are not a factor in Chairman's Turner victory path, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Why do I got to be a factor if I'm just showing people where you lied at? And about victory, what you mean by victory? Like, where are the tangible results for your 25 plus years being in that seat? 25 plus. 25 plus. And there was another and then I just want people, man, I really just hope people open their eyes. And I just want to show y'all the tactics. I'm going back to Albert's page, to the Perry County page. I just want y'all to see just the tactics, right? Another ploy, another political ploy, right? Chairman Turner boasts the support for Perry County families amid economic challenges. See, do y'all see that? Like, I just want people to really just sit down. What bolsters support for Perry County families amid economic challenges, right? So what work have you done as the chairman, the esteemed chairman of the Perry County Commission? What work have you done to improve the unemployment rate that Perry County has the lowest unemployment rate in the state? So what have you done in that regard? See, you look like this is what they people don't respect you enough, and they want to try to make it like they giving handouts and they actually doing something for people, right? This is not a knock on any one of these any one of these nonprofits, that's not a knock on that, because everybody love to take this and run with it. But I have a problem when you're announcing these things as if you are the one behind it. You're taking county money to give to nonprofit organizations for they can do certain things, right? But how are they really helping these families? How are they helping these families when you can't even bring do right by, like, listen. When we see other places thriving and doing better because they have leadership, right? Leadership. And somebody asked a question, and they asked a very good question about how are these nonprofit organizations, because you mentioned Project Grace, Choice, and Sower Seeds of Hope, right? There's a lot more nonprofit organizations that never get support. And I would just straight up say this. The Uniontown Park and Rec League asked Perry County Commission last year for $1,500 to go towards the youth, the donation towards the Park and Rec League, because, you know, they do the summer league and they do football and everything to just help out with those expenses. And Albert voted, didn't ignore it, because my sister was the one that asked for it. Now, how much you really about the community, right? In the election year, you take you go from $20,000 to $75,000, plus you got additional $25,000 more. So you go from $20,000 to $100,000 in 1 year to just sowing seeds of hope. Why not? There's other nonprofit organizations within the community. Why just them? Just because, you know, because of the big, beautiful bill and the economic challenges? Or is it because you want the perception that you are the one handing money out that go into these people? So when people be like, you know, yeah, Big Al, he made sure they get money so we can get our bill paid. Yeah. We got to change that mindset, bro. You got to look at that, right? Out of that, okay, he say he gave increase of $80,000. What's the real cost? What's the real cost when we still got infrastructure issues, when we still have unemployment, when people still got to drive to Brent, drive to Demopolis, drive to Selma, drive to Tuscaloosa just to get groceries, drive to Greensboro? What's the real cost? When people got to commute an hour and a half to 2 hours just to work, just so they can stay home? What's the real cost when you fill up on gas in Tuscaloosa because it's cheaper than buying gas in Perry County? What's the real cost? Like, that's the stuff people ain't thinking about, man. Because we've become so conditioned to just the plight of what we got to deal with. It should not be that way. And I'm trying to ask people, like seriously think about it. Right? Seriously. Perry County has one grocery store. That's Piggly Wiggly in Marion. One grocery store. Right? Just think about that. But hey, keep Big Al working for you. And keep voting these same old people that's been on this, keep voting them back in, right? And I fully understand representation matters. I fully understand representation matters. And I'm not against that. Right? But this is just Robert Shepard's opinion. I think how we got it in Perry County, we need a reset. We need a reset. What I mean by reset is we don't need the same old. You've been in there over 10 years, 15, 20 years. You got to just go ahead, go to the house, man. Take a knee, take it to the house. Take a knee, go ahead on, take it to the house. The best thing to do for the community is just to bow, right? Because the proof is in the pudding that y'all don't know what y'all doing, because where are the results? Where can we go back and look at? Where can we go back and look at and be like, dang, you know what? Yeah, that was good. That right there was good. That was good. I just want people to think about this, right? The tangible results that I can clearly talk about have come from things external to the county. Let me explain. There's a tangible results of the storm shelters. Tangible results of the storm shelters. And the tangible results of the storm shelters are a result of the COVID money that the county got. COVID-19 was the reason why we got storm shelters, not because of something that our elected officials did right, did audits, or put in grants for, and got approved those grants, and we actually saw it. Just sit down and think about that. Those raises that people got during COVID, that came from COVID money, not increased revenues that we got within the community. And then we got elected officials that continue to lie about how much revenue coming in from like the landfill by hundreds of thousands of dollars, not just, just about 5,000. You're going to lie. You're going to lie and say that there was only $117,395 made in 2024 when the landfill reported that they had 1,299,000 tons, and Perry County is supposed to get a $1 per ton. So that was what, $1.299 million that they supposed to get. But why are you reporting that you only got $1,017,395? Why? So the people can't see that money? But you'll post it on your page that you got it. You post on the page that we got $1.5 million in 2025. But on the budget, you had $1,083,000, right? But then you go in, you change it to $1,003,000. Why? Why do that? If it was revenue, then you come back to me with the lame excuse that revenue is a projection. Revenue is not a projection. Your budget is a projection. Revenue is what it is. Revenue is what you brought in for that year. Why lie about that? I'm talking about like $300-some thousand different. You go from $280-some thousand different. Then the next year, you're talking about almost over $400,000 different. Why not include that? Where's that goddamn money going? Then you're going to come back and make another post where you just lying about, we got this excess fund. How? Where's it at on the budget? How are you changing the budget and not voting on it? Then you're going to lie about that and say, 10%. Ain't no 10% variance. The law clearly says that any changes to the budget has to be voted on, approved, or it had to be a majority vote, right, by the county commission. That's the law. You remember when you said some people can read? Oh, I can read and I can comprehend. Yeah, you're right. The landfill, they doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do as far as with business. They changed LLCs or whatever, but they got the report to the Alabama Department of Environmental e-file page on how much they take in. And that's how I was able to go in, pour down each quarter that they file, and then I could take that quarter, and then I can take the tonnage, and then I just added those tonnage up. Right? And if you go search on my page and look up landfill, I got that whole breakdown by quarter, by year. And they're supposed to get they're supposed to get a nickel per every ton too as well to fix the road. But one of the questions is why Uniontown don't get money? And the landfill is pretty much in Uniontown, but we're going to say, it's in the county. And there's a YouTube video of Albert. Albert literally said this out of his mouth. He said that the citizens of Uniontown have more of an environmental concern with the cheese plant than they did with the landfill. He said that. But man, look, I'm getting ready to go pick my mom up. But I just wanted to jump on here. Promises made, where the results at? Listen, man, just stop letting these folks lie, man. My whole thing is stop letting these people lie. Stop letting these people lie to you. And when somebody only can insult you and not answer your questions and try to be dismissive towards you, this dude know I'm from. He know I'm from Uniontown. He know I'm from. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Uh, um, the funny thing with all of it is how people will switch up when you hold them accountable. Uh, I do music. Just did the Uniontown, the Bobcat Anthem. I've done a song for Greensboro. I've done a lot of different. I've done 3 different albums. Working on my 4th. So I've done music for a while. I've done a campaign song for my sister. All this, that, and the third. And it was a few years back. Albert had reached out and asked me, wanted me to do a campaign song for him. But now, who are you? Who you think you are? You're not important enough. I got to read it because it was just that I really laughed out loud when I saw it. When he said, you are not a factor in Chairman Turner victory path. It's funny. Right? I'm gonna start talking about myself in the third person. When I post stuff on there, I'm gonna start talking, and then I'm gonna hire somebody to run my social media, and then they're gonna put their initials after everything I post, so I can have plausible deniability that it's me that was posting it. That's what I'm gonna do. That right there, I think that'll be a good idea, right? Because I'll be so busy in retirement that I need somebody to run my social media for me and talk about me on my personal page in third person. And so I think with me talking in third person, be the outsider or private power or whatever other title that he want to give me. I do that, right? No, that's crazy. That's mental health. That right there, mental health. That speaks to something. And but at the end of the day, man, just answer the question. Stop lying to the people. And if you stop lying to the people, I'm just telling you, and be truthful and forthcoming with the people, tell you right now, you won't have no problems out of me. But just know I got time today. I definitely got time today. I got time today, tomorrow, next week, last week, in the morning, in the evening. I got time, right? Just tell the truth. And this, I want people to, it's so easy to find this stuff. It's so easy to find this stuff. And because when you lie all the time, you don't realize how much you lie, right? Just tell the truth. Scratch a lie, find a thief. Yeah, scratch a lie, find a thief. All right. It's crazy. But man, I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. Just continue to, I will continue to stay committed to raising awareness. Continue to stay committed to doing the things we need to do for our community, because I love home. One thing about it, I love home. Don't play about some things I don't play with. Don't play about my family or my community. Don't play with that. I don't play about that. Why? Because man, look, and I just want to share this so people can understand. I've spent, hold on. I just want to do the calculation. I want to do the calculation. All right. It's real quick calculation. Been in the Army 26 years. I'm 46. I've been in the Army 57% of my life. That's over half of my life. Half of my life I've been serving the United States government, been serving in the capacity of a service member. In those 57% of my life, I've been deployed 31 of those months, been away from my family, additional, to Korea for additional 24 months, spent 3.5 years overseas, countless hours, countless sacrifices of, missing birthdays, missing things, being away from family. I didn't get to see my son, Robert. I was deployed while he was born. And why am I bringing this up? I'm not looking for no sympathy or anything like that. But do you think that I will go through all of that to protect and protect the rights and freedoms that we have in America, to come home and not exercise them? To just come home and just be okay with the buffoonery that I see? And think that somebody going to intimidate me by hurling insults or hurling a threat? All because I'm asking questions on why they lied? Or why are they misleading the people? Why are they not being truthful and forthcoming with the people? Just think about that. And yeah, I spent 31 months deployed. 31 long months deployed. My second deployment, I was embedded with, I was on what we call a military transition team, a MIT team. We wasn't with everybody else. It was me and 9 other guys living with the whole Iraqi army battalion, living with them away from everybody else. I've been on convoys. I've been shot at. I've been, that's why I got the combat action badge. You know, I've been in situations. I've been on patrol in Baghdad, you know, Hawija. Like, I've been in those areas where you driving down the road and you gunning and your booty hold tight because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if a car going to pull up on you and blow up. You know what I'm saying? I've been in those situations, right? I've been through a lot of stuff. I'm not coming home just to sit back because we got some incompetent leaders there who just don't want nobody to challenge them, and they keep coming up with the buffoonery. The thing that I said this, and I shared this post, and I'm going to reshare it, right? And I'm going to find it. I'm going to find this. Yeah, I'm going to find it. Why? Because I feel like it's necessary. It's necessary to prove a point. And not only the point to be proven, but sometimes you got to realize who you messing with. And what I mean by that is not just about an individual, me and for say, but you got to realize, you know, you don't know what God has done with somebody to prepare them for something. You don't know. You don't know with a lot of people's background, right? You don't know that. And some people mess around and find out too late. But this is one thing I wanted to say here, right? I said it, be careful not to allow your pride and ego to make a potential strong ally one of your worst enemies that becomes responsible for your downfall. I'm going to read that again. Be careful not to allow your pride and ego to make a potential strong ally of your worst enemies that becomes responsible for your downfall. I am here. I am committed to bringing positive change back home. If you are somebody that's standing in the way of that, then it's just accountability. It's not personal. It's accountability, right? And we need people that are committed to bringing things better. We already at the bottom. Now it's time to just stand up. Stand up and do the things we need to do. You guys have a great and blessed day. And like I always said, if I lied, please provide me with credible information that I can verify. And I will come back and be as loud as I am calling for accountability to say that I was wrong. But you got to provide me with that, not just another quote or something from somebody else, something that I can reference from a credible source. And I will gladly come back on and say I was wrong. You guys have a blessed day. God bless.